ching, ching, big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right.
What is going on, believers? My name is Bleaves. This is Breakfast with Bleaves. We are here to talk today about cryptocurrency. We're going to look at the Bitcoin price. We're going to look at the Ethereum price. I need everybody, as you're coming in today, I need every one of you guys, please, for the love of Allah, God, Rudy Duty, or whoever it is that you pray to, I need you to check under your beds right now. I need you to check behind your couch right now. I need you to check everywhere in your house. I need you to check wherever you think a serial killer might be sleeping, wherever you think somebody might be hiding, wherever you think it's possible in your house for somebody to be hiding. I need you to go look for them. I need you to go see if you find any weird looking nerds, because Three Arrows Capital co-founders are missing amidst bankruptcy filing. So guys, I need you to check maybe the dumpsters near you, because I saw on Two Broke Girls one time a guy was living in a dumpster. I need you to check everywhere to find out where the Three Arrows Capital guys went, because it appears that they've just taken off, and I wonder if they've taken off with a little bit of cryptocurrency and a little bit of your money. Anyway, cryptocurrency firms have been chasing regulation clarity for their business and digital assets for a while now. Over the past year, multiple lawsuits have been filed between the regulatory authorities and crypto businesses, one of which, hey, what's going on, guys? One of which has served Three Arrows Capital. The over-leveraged hedge fund is now subjected to a liquidation order in the British Virgin Islands. However, the whereabouts of its co-founders are currently unknown. Guys, that is outstanding. Suju and Kyle Davies cannot be placed. They have disappeared. Unbelievable. Cryptocurrency never ceases to, it never lets you down. You never get disappointed. You never have a moment where you don't see just the absolute most bonkers, crazy thing happen. And it is crazy to think that these guys have just skipped out. They were just like, you know what? YOLO, and took off. And I can't even imagine in my mind how much cryptocurrency these guys must have had in order to say, you know what I could do? I could stay around and I could be a responsible citizen, or I can just take a bunch of cryptocurrency and just disappear and just dip, go bye-bye, adios, not going to be here anymore. I just disappear. Not trying to hear that anymore from you guys. I am out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's my question. Which one of these guys is the Roadrunner and which one of these guys is the Coyote? You know what I mean? That's kind of crazy. It's just bonkers to think that some grown-ass men just took off. The lawyers also mentioned in the court documents that Three Arrows' Singapore office had been abandoned. Tensions are mounting that assets belonging to the lending company, mainly in crypto, cash, and NFT, could be transferred. Recently, the NFT belonging to Three Arrows fund, Starry Night, was moved to a new wallet without a specific reason. Moreover, Suju was rumored to sell his $35 million Singapore mansion, with proceeds being sent to a bank in Dubai. This added to the concerns of the creditors seeking to freeze Three Arrows' assets after the founders listed out the fund's assets. So they sold. Look, guys, this is out of control. These guys sold everything, and they sent it to a bank in Dubai, and it looks like, you know what, they're probably in Dubai, because $35 million could, I mean, if you had $35 million and you don't know what Davies has, you have no idea what Kyle Davies has, but you can assume that it's going to be close to 35 million. If they got away with at least 70 million, and you could be lower middle class in Dubai with $70 million. You know what I mean? Like you could live in you could live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom flat on the lower portion of one of those buildings for $70 million. So live your dream, guys. But yeah, they're coming to take you away. They are coming to take you away. And you know what? Now, here's the thing. This is what's crazy. Like, this is out of control. This means that these guys are now, at some point, criminals. They know that this is what's happening. They know that somebody's after them, and they are just gone. Rather than lose their stuff with their bad investment decisions, with their bad moves, with all of the poor stuff that they've done. Guys, this is just the season that keeps on giving. It is the season that keeps on giving. But let's talk price action for a little bit right now, and let's go look at the Bitcoin price. As you guys can see over here, I have put a new indicator over here, and it is a it shows you how much is traded on volume by lines here. It gives you a little bit of a better indication. You can see here, by the way, that we are way under the 48, and that the 9 is currently below the 13, but starting to move upwards. It looks like we have some opportunity, and if we can continue what is happening right here, which is there's been 5 green candles minted in the last 6 hours, which means that there is a turnaround and a correction coming. It does appear that we're looking at a move back towards the upside. You start to see that 9 moving upwards. Now, if that happens, then we're going to have a little bit more pump to go along with it to get up here to maybe 20,007 or 800 in order to get over the 48. That will give us that's going to give us the start of a little bit of a run to maybe get back to some of these levels. Now, you see here, there's a little bit of a fight. There should be smooth sailing if you can get past this level right now. Again, this is the resistance sort of area. So if you can get a little bit of support into this right now, then you have smooth sailing up to right around here. And you start seeing a little bit of resistance developing in the 20,800, 20,900, all the way up to 21,000. Then it's going to be smooth sailing all the way up to about right here, 21.2. And then that's going to take you through here and get you right back to where we were 2 days ago at that 21,005 resistance. Now we popped over 21,005 for a good period of time, even hit the actual support line. That actual support line is 22,500. So we did boink it one time, did not have the support to get it a second time. You can see here that it started to trend into this consolidation pattern. And then when it hit right over here, the Asian markets just started selling. And that's what we've seen really during this period of time. Now, if you're watching, this is the U.S. markets right here. And this, I think, was the U.S. markets right here. So you've had the U.S. markets feeling pretty good, trading a little bit sideways. European market is included in there too, generally speaking. But other than that, it's been just blood in the water for the last couple of days. I'm sure that has to do with Suzu disappearing and taking off. And we don't have any updates, by the way, on Terra Luna yet. We're still waiting for the Terra Rebels to finish their update. So we have an idea of what they're going to do. But, we're looking here. We've seen here. We've obviously broken. This was the line. This was the trend line that I was looking at that we were kind of just moving along with, and we were bouncing off of this thing for a little while. And it was showing us a really good run. So now we're going to remove that because we've obviously broken into a new pattern. So we'll try to figure out what that pattern is a little bit later on today. But I hope that we start to see this. Now, if you go to the 15-minute, you see kind of the same thing here, and you're seeing that the resistance is going to be right there at that 2100 line, starting at 21,775. You're going to see a little resistance there at the 21,250. And then you're going to see that resistance again at 21.7, where we were kind of consolidating here. So you look at the day, you're going to see basically the same thing. We'll zoom it in here just a little bit so you can see. But these are the trading numbers. This is where we are. And there's nothing good happening on any one of these charts, by the way. There's no buy on the 4. There's no buy. Well, we just minted a buy on the 1. So there we go. We just now minted a buy on the 1, and it's disappearing as we speak. So no, it's still there. So at least we've got some positivity coming right now, and we'll see how long this lasts. But it doesn't look, we got a long way to go for it to look great. So we'll see how it works out. By the way, Link is up on the day, which is really one of the only ones. XTZ has been trading at least sideways and up a little bit. Polkadot seems to be moving back in the green. So, it might be a little turnaround in the market. But if you go look at the Dow, the overnight just a little while ago was down 157. So it looks like down 178 now. So I don't think we're going to get any support, because today we're going to start to see we're going to see reporting, and this is what we were told. Now, if you go by Investor, okay, so if you go by Investor Business Daily, stocks set to fall from key levels, market rally set to fall as China fear returns. An hour later, a different author says that futures fall ahead of earnings season, and Elon Musk seeks to terminate deals. So as you can see here, they don't know what the reason is. They're just tossing it out and just seeing what happens and what sticks to find out, is there somebody out there that they can pin it on and they can blame it on? Is there some kind of reason? And they're all just kind of, I don't know, shooting into the wind, hoping that they can find something or somebody somewhere. I have no idea. Like, it makes very little sense what they're doing right now. But you know what? More power to them. They are doing it. Now we do see, by the way, we have watched this a couple of times, and you guys, we do pay attention to this Dow overnight. And that being the case, there's been many a time that we've looked at it and we've seen it down, and we've seen it down like this. And the next thing you know, the market starts pumping as the morning progresses. So it's entirely possible that this is just one of those fake outs. Now, one of the pieces here is, you see here, Twitter is down 6.5%. So that's one of the key things, because Elon is not buying Twitter and he backed out. And listen, I don't think he was going to do anything anyway. I don't think that he had any intention of buying Twitter. I think that, as we take a step back and we look at Elon Musk and what has become, just, he's been melting down in many different ways. I'm not sure what the reason is. Now, he can change his political beliefs. That's something that you do as you grow older. You want to avoid taxes. You become more conservative, you tend to anyway. As you become older, when you're young, you think everything should be a certain way, and that we're all living in utopia. And you find out that it's not the utopia, and you become more conservative, and you become more about yourself and protecting yourself as opposed to protecting everybody else. That's the nature of the way the mind sort of works. You can see now that the Dow's gone from 179 down to 167 in the futures market. So we're starting to see a little bit of retracement here. The S&P is at under 30. So that's almost a 1% correction there. And that's the one, this is really the one that matters to us, because it seems like crypto's really tied into the S&P right now. So keep your eye on the SPY. So, but it seems like, it seems like Elon's just really having a moment right now where he's melting down, really, because first of all, he wants to buy Twitter because he wants freedom of speech. Well, first of all, he's wrong. Your freedom of speech is not impinged if a private company that you sign up for doesn't allow you to say whatever bonkers shit that you want. Now, it is fair to say that people who have disagreed with like the government have been silenced. I'm not saying that there's not some validity to the ideas that anybody's putting forward. I mean, for example, we did have this thing where masks worked, then masks didn't work, then masks did work. They've gone back and forth and they've waffled at different times because they were manipulating something in order to save masks, have masks. That there's plenty of things that have happened that people have been banned for in different things here for weird reasons. So there's plenty for him to be alarmed about. I'm not saying that there's not, but what I am saying is if he's the savior or the bastion for free speech, then it's weird that he would back out because of what he calls spam and bots, and he doesn't have the data. Now, it could be that he feels like he has enough data to say that he can get out of the deal. So we're going to see how it plays out. I am more inclined to think at this point that he more than likely is going to end up paying $1 billion as a penalty in order to make this whole thing go. And they're probably going to settle. The Twitter board is probably going to settle so they can both move on so that it's clear. Now, the other thing is, other people are saying, well, that means he's going to open up his own Twitter. Well, you know what? Many have tried. Truth Social is not doing so well. Now, Truth Social has a following. Gab has a following. Parler has a following. But none of them have a sustainable following that makes people feel like this is a great place to come. Like, they've become kind of really fringe sort of locations for a real sort of ultra conservative ideology to permeate. And I don't know if there's a liberal one. I think the liberal one really is Twitter, but there's got to be one for like ultra liberals, because even the ultra liberals with the craziest of crazy shit are getting banned as well. They're just not talking about it and crying about it like the right people are as much or as vocally, but they're also getting banned. So there has to be a place that I don't know about for them as well. So that's kind of it's kind of crazy. But you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, and that's the look right there. Does that not look like he's gone crazy and just lost his mind? You know what I mean? Like he took his ex to, some kind of art gallery or something like that, and where he was posting pictures about when life was good with the Pope. It's just weird. It's just weird, right? He's just weird. All right, so we're back up to 174. So we're going to have probably quite the little dump when we get here today, but let's hope that this green lasts a little while. Now, historically, and I say historically as if I'm a historian, which I'm not, but for the last few, call them months, weeks, the day has not been fond in the crypto space for the American market. This trading right around here tends to be sideways or downside. So we may not see we may not see a whole lot happening for the next few hours. We might see kind of some sideways action because this is the volume right here. Now, the other thing is we might see a massive spike because somebody starts buying in right now. That buy-in right now, there's no resistance over here. So, and we're really looking at this right here to see that there's no real support in this spot right here. So if we can get a whole bunch of money into the market in a short term, then that makes this pump up, and then we get this line right here. And you can see here that we did a lot of trading right around there, and that's around 2,100 or 21,000. So there is an opportunity, there is a possibility that we could see something happen pretty quickly. And then if we can just bust through this area here, then there's smooth sailing until you get, again, about right here, 21,250 or so. Then you start to see another set of resistance building, and, there's no accounting. But we have 3 days left. Today, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Well, we have 2 days left. So Wednesday morning, we're going to get the CPI. We're going to know exactly where we are. We're going to have an idea of what the inflation number looks like. It comes out early in the morning. So I said that if we were going to have a pump, a real pump of any sort, that we really needed this European market and this Asian market to do something to trend us to the upside. And we got the opposite. We got them dumping completely. So I guess this means that 22.5, hitting that 22.5 right there, that was the best that we were going to get. We were not going to get that 25. We were not going to get that 28. Now, if you follow Crypto Savvy, then you'll know that his indication was that we were going to pump to 25, and then we were going to have a big fall from grace, so to speak. And he said that if that doesn't happen, we're still going to have the fall from grace. We're just not going to have the 25 pump along with it. So that's where we sit. That's where it seems that we are. This is a very big, by the way, when you see the variance that we're looking at right now in this yellow line here, then it tends to mean that there's still a lot of downside to it and that we're still going to be trending to the downside. So, we've got to pick up in the next, just in a couple of hours, really. We've got to get to 20,800, 20,850 in order to start really seeing some sort of level of positivity happening. Like that's what this chart is indicating right now, that we need to have that kind of move right there, because then this line hits right here, which puts us at about 20,800. So we need that to start moving up. And then, of course, that will start moving that trend line up as well. But we need to have some green candles just popping in there. You know what? We should be doing this in green anyway. Yeah, there we go. So that's the way these things are looking right now. What do you guys think? I mean, is the market, are we set to dump right now? The 4 hours over here, you see the trading volume. Trading volume is really big in these chains, but the overall market, when you go back and look, is 956. So we went from $1 trillion, which we were at over the weekend. We lost $50 billion in just the last little while. We're down 2.5% on the day here, 3.5% here, but there's a little pump going on. So now, going back months, you guys would have heard me talking about Chili's. I feel like they're an NFT kind of place for sports. And yeah, I really felt like they were going to get Topps trading cards, something like that. So, maybe something big has broken over there. But this was a sports entertainment sort of NFT area for these guys. Like I was really thinking that on this Chili's exchange that we would start to see like Topps baseball cards or something like that. Oh, we're not available in my country. Oh, well. Anyway, so I was thinking that Topps baseball cards, Don Russ, Upper Deck. I don't know who does baseball cards anymore. But I was thinking that they would all move to an online presence more than a physical presence. And that being the case, I thought that Chili's was the natural one to kind of look at because they've really got the infrastructure and everything built in. And then they've got Socios, which is their social media platform. So, I mean, there's really a lot to like about this place. Just hasn't really moved like crazy yet. But, this has been a difficult market. So, maybe it's just because of that. But as you look down here, then you see like Tezos again, had a little bit of a run. But remember, Tezos was like $7 a while back. So, we're all feeling it. Also, while we're on the subject of blockchains and exchanges, for those of you guys who have been Where is it? Right here. So Volt. So Volt is doing a new moon sheet, and their new moon sheet is 65 million market cap, and it is targeting 1-inch and Uniswap as part of its quote unquote things that it's going after. So it's looking at this 361 million market cap on 1-inch and saying it's a 6x from there. Then it's looking at Uniswap, 4.59 billion, 70x from where it is right now. And then Shiba and Doge, which of course are the big ones, the big dogs in the yard, so to speak. So 94x and 136x from there. The market is not going to be kind. We don't have the sentiment in order to get any token up from where it is right now at 65 million market cap all the way up to an $8.8 billion market cap based on hype. So you got to have that exchange drop. It has to work perfectly, and it really has to be kind of game changing in the way that it's supposed to be deflationary. So it has to really resonate with a lot of people. But then it could get just a real, this could get crazy pretty quickly if this is everything that we think it could be. So we'll see. I sent over quite a few tokens to the developers to be added in. They're looking for a massive sort of ecosystem. Now, at this point, Volt has burnt like 5.4% of its total supply since April. So April, May, June, July, they've burned 5.4% of the total supply, and they feel like this just getting started in whatever it is that they're doing. So, it's very possible that we're going to see a run on Volt coming very quickly. Now, guys, I'm not promising you anything. I cover this because I believe that this is going to be I believe that at some point we're going to see Volt just really start to rocket ride because, beyond being a meme coin, they've created uses and utilities as they go. Now, the game, you can say what you want about the game. I have a lot of fun playing the game, but it's a very simple game, but it burns a lot of tokens for both itself and 2 other tokens every few weeks. And it rewards the players who are the best players by paying them in Ethereum every couple of weeks. Like it really doesn't have a downside, so to speak. But again, it's not a great use case. The issue, however, is now we have an exchange, a DeFi exchange of sorts, a swap, and that creates a little bit more use case. Now, a lot of places have the use case the same as Volt. So we're not talking about the technology has to be game changing. It has to be something more. And if it is, and I'm told that it is, if it is, then we're going to start to see something crazy happen. Now, there's more than just that happening in the background. There's VoltaPay, and VoltaEco, which is the ecosystem. VoltaSoft is going to be like a package deal where you're going to have a whole lot of different things wrapped into one. And that, of course, will create there's got to be some kind of Volt wallet at some point. So you're really going to start to see this thing develop into something more than it currently is. And, what we really want is we want a new MetaMask. That's what everybody's looking for. That's why Cytopro and Saitama took off. So, there's a lot of different pieces of this puzzle that are being put together. And if they're put together well, then we're going to have a nice big run. Now, the other thing is Paybolt over here. You can pay Volt with Paybolt, which is hilarious to me. But Paybolt is one of those integration systems that you can put on your website in order to take cryptocurrency as payment, kind of like Now Payments or something like that. So mass adoption continues for the Volt Inu crowd. So there's some good things coming out of there. So I'm holding on and waiting to see like how this all breaks out. Shiba Doge, by the way, if you haven't heard this is kind of important. Shiba Doge is in more wallets with Shiba whales and Doge whales than any other tokens but Shiba and Doge, and I think Ethereum. So I think context kind of matters. And there was a I think there was a post about it somewhere, which I don't even know if they knew about it, but I saw it a couple days ago and I was like, Jesus Christ, like this is crazy. And it was the tokens in like Shiba and Doge whales wallets. Yeah, they might not have even gotten wind of it, but it was absolutely bonkers. But Shiba Doge happens to be one of those tokens that all the whales over there are sitting on. And remember, the Shiba Doge team are Shiba and Doge whales. So they might just be getting their friends in on it. Might just be a good look for them. Like, I don't know, and I don't have a reason for it other than, whales can do what they want to do. But you can also look here and you can see Shiba Doge has had a nice run, 31% on the week. When you go to the 10-day, you give them a little bit more time, they're up a little bit more. So now that I don't know. But they do have the SHIB army, they do have the Doge army, and then they have the Shiba Doge army, which are the newest of the what do you call them? The NFTs. So and those NFTs are free, by the way. So we'll see. Wagner Games up 1.4% on the day to 27.30. For those of you that are not and have not already, there is an opportunity for you. If you want to, go to at Wagner Games Co. and then sign up here for the VIP launch waitlist because they are going to launch very soon. An open beta so that you guys can check it out for yourselves. A lot of fun. Will they be worth anything later on? I don't know. I was partnered with them and I was producing content for them on their website, and they told me and Adam Shelton and Classy Crypto that our services were no longer needed, that they were not going to do it anymore. And we're starting to see a run on Bitcoin, by the way. So we're up here at 20,673. It went up to 20,772. So we're starting to get a little bit of a pump happening right now. We're on the 4 hour right now. Here's the 1 hour. So what I said was happening, or let me rephrase that. What I said could happen is what's happening right now. You're starting to see this little pump here filling up this blank space right here with no resistance, since we're sitting here and we don't have any sort of resistance other than this line right here, and then this line right here. So you can see a couple of moves right here to this support, and then right up here to this support. So you don't know what you're going to see, but you can always just kind of wait and guess. But we're getting a little bit of a pump now. The Dow must have opened, and it's probably a little bit red. It's down 62. So, I mean, again, here we are. It lost 6%. It lost 100 and something points. We said it was going to be down 170 just a few moments ago, and it's down 60. So as we refresh, we're going to see it's down 50 now. So it looks like there's a run happening right now, and I don't know why. I don't know what it's all about, but I guess we should be happy. Let's see, Maddox running right now. Yes, MATIC is going crazy. MATIC is up 3.3% right now. So let's go take a look, and bang. Holy shit. It'd be interesting. It would be interesting to see Maddox save us all, right? Let's see what XTZ is doing. XTZ is having a bigger run than MATIC right now. And DOT is starting to run. Chainlink is, it doesn't look like it's nearly as much. So we're getting that big MATIC XTZ pump right now. looks like the percentages are a little bit bigger over here on XTZ on what it's up right now. So it could be that we're starting to see a run build. Again, we don't run, nothing runs unless Bitcoin runs. So we're only going to go so far. So, I would always hold Terrarium unless I was going into like a bigger altcoin just to see what would happen. So yeah, I think that's actually a decent play. And as a matter of fact, I believe that TRAA has retraced just a little bit. Yeah, it's down to 1610 again. So, it was up here in the 18s and the 19s, touching on 2000, finding that resistance point, and then it's kind of corrected itself back down here from that, that big sell the other day that took it down to like 1536. So, it might end up touching that 1536 again because that's 188 Ethereum. Like that's a big support line. And Dr. Praveen came in right here. I think I was told that Dr. Praveen came in. He's one of these big candles here. I think it's this one, maybe it's this one. But he came in to support it by buying a little bit up, a little bit more, adding to his bag yesterday. Yeah, TRAA's an interesting crypto. Not just for the tech or anything that it might do, but because like it's got some very specific, predictable sort of, like you can really kind of gauge what its action is and what it does, because a lot of people, and that's one of the benefits to having a whole bunch of investors who are doctors or big time professionals. They have their diamond hands and they hold the line, so you don't see the same kind of dumps that you see in other stuff. So yeah, see, that doesn't make any sense to me because these are all the doctors here, all the, Milton is a Boeing pilot. They're way too professional for it to be a pump and dump. It doesn't mean that they're not going to make mistakes. Obviously, Milton made a big mistake when he revealed that email. You know what I mean? I think that was a big mistake. I took advantage of it, so I'm happy that he did it. But that was a big mistake, and that's created a little bit of what, like the sentiment that you have right now. That created a little bit of that. So they still have to deal with it and they still have to address it. But everybody has to make a decision. Is it is this my hill that I'm going to die on, or let me see if I can get a volume. I was wondering if I can get a volume oscillator over here. Apparently not. Move. And remove. Just to kind of look, but I guess not. Let's try EMA. Get an EMA. Guess not. Anyway. All right. So I was told that, and I don't have anything to back this up, but I was told that in India you cover your guys. You never you never let them be like ass out in the wind like that. So that it's a matter of pride for those guys. So they're probably never going to admit that he screwed it up. You know what I mean? Like I don't know for sure, but that seems to be what I'm hearing anyway. All right, so it looks like there's Maddox retracing just a little bit, but it's still in the next few hours on a good pump. Now, here's the problem. The problem is there's going to be a lot of resistance right here. You guys can see it all the way throughout here. So getting from here up to here was the easy part. Now this is a big resistance level. So if it pushes and can continue to get over this spot right here where it's currently having a little struggle, if it can get back up here, then it can get into this 59, and then we can start building from there. Yeah, that's just what I was told. I don't know it to be true. And that's just it. Anybody who's not over the Binance thing, never going to be over the Binance thing. They're gonna hold it forever. And here's the thing: every one of these tokens has had moments where they've done something, they've messed something up. Binance has had disasters happen. MATIC has had disasters happen. Avalanche, one day out of the month doesn't work. Or no, I'm sorry, Solana, one day out of the month doesn't work because they have something messed up on chain, which causes it to shut down on the first of each month, and they have to reset it. So, all of these things don't seem to be a problem for large cap tokens, and they're big. There's big issues that they have, but this little token can't get over either being scammed or whatever the reason is. Whatever the real reason is. Either they actually got scammed and they're not going to admit that because it's a matter of pride, or Binance backed out at the last minute because they had approved something that they couldn't approve, and somebody at the top rejected it at the last minute or something like that. They said that they violated the NDA. So, I don't know what the real deal is, and I don't think it matters to them what the real deal is or what we know. Yeah, there's fringe guys. Like Crypto Savvy is a guy that I would call a fringe guy. Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX guy, he thinks that we bottomed out. He thinks that the bottom was at 8, was when we hit 17,000 just a while back. His idea is that this right here, 1744, was the bottom. At least that's what he's been hearing. So I don't think so. Like I would tend to lean towards there's a lot more to go. I mean, these lines are not nice, and the lack of support has to matter. Like what's our trading volume right now? 72 billion, 65 and 55 on the. We don't have. I mean, let's face it, we're almost under 100 billion market cap for Ethereum at this point. So I think we got more. I think we got more downside to go. I don't think we're done, and that doesn't mean that we're not going to hold above where we are. But from where we are right now, there's definitely more downside because what we're doing right now, this can't hold. You just kind of look at it, and this is the day chart, by the way. And you look at this day chart. Hey, appreciate the $5 bomb, Sebastian. There you go. That's what I need. I need to live on Mohawk Street or Parkway Drive. That's the street I want to live on. 666 Parkway Drive. That would be awesome. But it looks like we're gonna and have a good day, man. By the way, it looks like we're gonna consolidate like right in here again, because this is where the fight is. But if we continue this fight, then we're heading down. Like we don't have like a, what's up, Cody? We don't have like, it just, look, this is a line that the fighting is on. But when we break this line, and you can see how much, like this is where the, it's all happening. And this right here, there's even more action right here in the 30,000 range. So, we know the spots that they like. We know the spots that the investors like. So, getting to 25,000, no big deal. Getting up to 26, like all these numbers are just spots where, we can take advantage of it. 15-minute, if you take a look here, then we can see on a shorter chart here that there's just a lot of fight right there. And look at this. While we were talking about it, while we were joking about it, that what we were talking about earlier, 20,700, it literally went up there and touched that spot and then got rejected at that resistance point. So, and then it came cascading way further down. That seems to me like manipulation, but I can't say that for sure because I don't know. But I can see that it looks like we're starting to get a move above the 48 EMA. And if we're getting above the 48 EMA in any spots, then that's going to end well because that means that we're ready to move upwards. So, it sure be good if we could get right through any levels right here, right now, and just kind of make that stand. Let's see what the Dow's doing right now. 31,170, so rejected a little bit more, and it's down a little bit more. What's going on, Steven? I just don't see, like, I think that, like, if I'm, and, if I am a risk guy and I'm on the sidelines right now, then I don't like this price. If I'm one of those risk guys, I can look at the daily chart and, if I'm Michael Saylor, then I can say, oh, this is a great entry point, or anything under 20,000 is a great entry point. That's kind of nonsense. Like, here's what matters, right? Can I get this price lower than 20,000? Well, apparently I can, because it went down to 17,600 already. So I know that I can get the price down. So in the last little while, I'm actually sitting today at one of the higher prices that I've been trading on in this channel for the last month. So I know I can get down to 18. I know I can get down to 18.6. Like, so why would I buy right here? And we just got to sell on that one. So it looks like we're heading down further. But why would I buy right here? It doesn't make any sense for me to buy right here because I can keep pushing the price down. And that's exactly what they're doing right now, is they're pushing and pushing and pushing this price down. Yeah, so this entire line is really, it looks like over here it being rejected. So we just had a massive pump that took us all the way up to 20,700 and all the way down to 20,300. So we're getting a massive sort of rejection here from the market, 20,319. So risk assets are being sold off again. When we started this broadcast, we were at 20,500. Now we're down to 20,300. So here we go, guys. YOLO. Now, the funny thing is, an hour from now, we might be sitting at 21,000. Maybe this is just a dump. Maybe this is just a spot. I mean, again, there's a lot of resistance right here. So you see here, it kind of hit in this channel. And this was kind of the resistance spot where there was going to be a lot of fighting. I got lucky to dip down this way, and then it just started, these guys are fighting back and protecting and holding that line. So, maybe that's where we are right now. So we're going to have this fight. We're going to, they're going to do this for a while. What's up, Muhammad Ali? Hussein. If your name was Muhammad Ali Hussein, it'd be awesome, by the way. MATIC has not rejected its entire price pump, but that 58 that it just pumped up to is not holding. And of course, it was at 61 not too long ago. So yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, Bitcoin's moving down further, 20,002. Oh man, is anybody else tired today? Man, this was one of those days where I just didn't want to wake up, and I got up early. Yuck. Yes, there we go. That's perfect, man. That's the greatest name ever. 31,179. So you know what? Maybe. Oh man. I need to get some of these other ones over here so that we can look at them. Yeah, it's one of those Mondays, man. Really is. Everything's a little bit overcast. The sun's not shining. It's not real bright outside. I'm not getting that. And it's cool. All right, so we're starting to get just rejection everywhere. So get prepared for a dip, guys. That's what it looks like. If not that we're not already dipping. We're down, what, 1% since we started. Gross. All right, so I think that this is where are we at down here? 11:20, 11:30 to 11:59. It's a wild swing. Look how big this candle is, by the way. When's the last time we had a big candle like this? A couple days ago, we had one candle like this. It looks like we had one in here. Then we have one over here. So it's happened a few times, but like this is a lot of trade volume in 1 hour. And imagine this. Imagine this. We had a pump from what ended at 1146, ended up pumping to 1160, and over here on Bitcoin, same thing, went from 20,500 all the way up to 20,700, 20,800, and it rejected all the way down to 20,200, and that's where we're going to settle, is 20,200. This is going to mint a. This is crazy. Man, oh man, oh man. What if the input? Yeah, let's do a yellow color. That looks better, right? That gray is annoying as shit. I guess I probably didn't pick the best color. Oh well. There. That's better, right? And we'll leave that orange. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be my time. It's I got a few minutes before 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to get to work. But guys, be very careful in your trading today. This does not look like a good day. This looks like this could get real ugly real fast. By the same token, it could also just flip on a dime, and we can start seeing some real pump happen. Again, we've got this space that's located right in here where there's not a whole lot of rejection except this line right here and this line right here. So you're looking at 21,500 and you're looking at 21,000. I mean, basically 21,000. So, we could really get on a run and get some of this position back. And, it just takes a little bit of time and we'll see what happens. But guys, it's not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. And you guys have a good day and we'll see you for bedtime tonight.